Organisée les 29 et 30 octobre dernier à Zest aux Pays-Bas, la conférence internationale sur le thème Afrique bouge, Africa Walks et les réelles opportunités d'investissement économique sur le continent a vu la participation de différents pays du monde, des professionnels du domaine médias, économique, politique, social, etc. Une occasion pour le Togo, pays participant, de représenter son pays et de rencontrer des potentiels investisseurs. Les principaux organisateurs, donc le Conseil des affaires Pays-Bas-Afrique, NABC, et le Centre d'études africain, ESC, en collaboration avec le ministère des Affaires étrangères néerlandais et la Agentschap NL, ont mis l'accent sur les potentialités en matière d'investissement et de commerce que regorge le continent. Madame Rosa Whitaker, présidente de Whitaker Group, revient sur ce point.
But I believe that Africa needs both and that there's no magic or single bullet that's going to transform Africa. But the role of each must be recognized. And I have yet to see a country that has transitioned and moved from the margins to the mainstream of the global economy through traditional aid. I have yet to see aid creates jobs on a massive grand scale. For example, we know that in Africa, 70% of the population is under the age of 30. And acute unemployment is among the region's most daunting challenges. And while the region has received an estimated $2.3 trillion in aid over the past 50 years, unemployment is still numbing. I mean, estimates range from 40% in countries like Kenya and Swaziland, 23% in South Africa, 90 to 95%.
The organization committee, for those who don't know this yet, if you have any questions about organizations, where you have to go to which workshop you have subscribed, you can always go to the entrance hall. There's a stand of the organization that will always be at least with one person, and then you can recognize these people, not only on their faces, but also because they're all wearing a white, what is it? An incarnation, I think, isn't it? Anyway, a white flower on their vest, so you can recognize them.
Well, thank you very much for your time. You are the ambassador of Togo to the Netherlands. How long have you been here?
8 years. 8.
8 years in the Netherlands. And we just saw that there's quite a big delegation of Togo to this conference. Why is that? Why do you think this conference is important to Togo?
You know that Africa works. The world works. And we think that it is important for us to be here because Togo is a very small country. As I said yesterday, who don't know Togo don't know Africa, only because Togo is a smile of Africa. And we think that it is very important for us to come here to follow what we have to do. So that is why we came here with a very important delegation.
And did you meet interesting other participants to this conference, like, for example, people from business or diplomats, academics?
Of course. I talked with Mr. Bob, who is the director of NABC. So together we think about the possibility to go to Togo in March or April with an economic mission. So this is very important for us.
An economic mission with Dutch entrepreneurs also?
Of course, it is with Dutch entrepreneurs.
What we as filmmakers have been looking at primarily is at the role of youth and the position of youth in different African societies. So yesterday somebody mentioned that youth are a large and growing proportion of African societies. How do you see this in Togo?
I think it is true because the present and the future of Africa is in the hands of the young. And what is the problem is the problem of job with the young men, young women. So we have duty to make all our possible to help our son, the young, to get job. And I don't know if you are allowed. Let me continue in French.
Yeah, please.
Donc, comme vous le savez, le monde bouge beaucoup et l'Afrique aussi. Et le monde est devenu un village et où il n'y a plus de frontières. Et le travail des jeunes est préoccupant pour nous autres responsables. Et c'est pour cela que tout ce que nous pouvons faire, nous, responsables, en direction des jeunes qui sont le futur, le présent, le futur de notre continent, nous n'hésiterons pas à le faire parce qu'aucun sacrifice n'est trop grand quand il s'agit des problèmes de la jeunesse. Aujourd'hui, on constate qu'il n'y a plus d'emplois et on se demande aussi pourquoi. Mais lorsque vous regardez dans les magasins, au lieu d'avoir des vendeurs, au lieu d'avoir des percepteurs, c'est avec des cartes bancaires, avec des cartes qu'on règle tous les problèmes. Et du coup, ceux qui sont en mesure de faire ce travail, ils sont à la maison et ils deviennent des chômeurs, alors que ces jeunes ont des diplômes. Et c'est la même chose, je donne des exemples. Dans les stations d'essence, vous n'avez plus besoin de quelqu'un pour vous donner du carburant. Rien qu'avec votre carte, vous avez le carburant et il y a beaucoup d'exemples. Donc, le monde étant devenu village avec les nouvelles technologies, beaucoup de choses se font sans maintenant les hommes. Et nous n'avons pas eu la présence d'esprit de mettre devant les changements, l'adaptation, la formation de ces jeunes, des jeunes pour pouvoir prendre la relève avant qu'on mette toute l'énergie des nouvelles technologies en route et qui envahit et qui prend la place des hommes. Ce que je dis n'engage que moi et nous estimons qu'il faut alors rapidement courir et pouvoir redonner la place aux hommes, ne pas négliger l'outil informatique. Ce n'est pas ce que je veux dire parce que c'est le progrès, on n'arrête pas le progrès. Mais ceci étant, il faudrait absolument que les hommes soient quand même au cœur et au centre de tout ce que nous faisons. Et pour nous autres, les jeunes ont leur place dans le cœur, dans tout ce que nous voulons faire.
Merci bien. And you mentioned a little bit about the changing world, if you will, changing situation in which youth grow up, challenges to find a job and so on. Could you maybe describe the major differences between the generation you see growing up now in Togo and the generation of when you were young, when you were their age? What are the challenges and opportunities you see for them?
Oui, donc au jour d'aujourd'hui, nous pensons que le secteur privé a un rôle fondamental à jouer dans la construction de nos États. Si avant, de notre temps, l'État était un État-providence, et c'est l'État qui donnait tout, au jour d'aujourd'hui, les choses ont beaucoup avancé, ont changé, et c'est pour ça que nous avons l'obligation de nous battre pour que le secteur privé puisse avoir sa place de choix dans notre système social et économique. Donc, voilà ce que je pense.
Ok, merci bien.
Hi, my name is Jorien and next to me is Bruno, and we're the winners of the debate competition which was organized by the African Studies Center and ID, and that's why we're here on this conference today.
We just spoke with the Togolese ambassador Kojo Sakbo. We learned from him the challenges and the opportunities that he sees for youth in Togo today and the role that he thinks is important for his government to take in promoting opportunities and promoting jobs for youth in Africa.
Ghana. Yeah. Na Sronye Sotogo.
Okay.
Wogba.
Ah, okay. Ashante.
Ashante.
Nice to meet you.
And the good thing is that was what this conference was about, to make this melange, this potpourri of everybody who is interested in Africa in that way and the other way around.
Yes, thank you, Femke. I'm very happy that everything went so smoothly. At least, as far as I saw, it was a great conference and some good networking went on. Before I go and thank part of the people who made this conference possible, I would also like to say a few words. I think for us as NBC, as the Dutch business community in the Netherlands, working in Africa or looking forward to working in Africa, is quite important to do so in a conducive environment in the Netherlands. Shown during this cocktail. If you walk around in circles, you will certainly find the monitor where that is shown. And ladies and gentlemen, I would also thank the many NGOs and also the Africa Study Center for bringing to this conference so many people from Africa. And I think it is ridiculous to discuss about Africa without people from Africa here. And I hope Tom will say something about the future, but if we do again a conference like this, I think our main lesson should be to even start as soon as possible to do something in 2 years' time with even more people from Africa.
Having about 90 researchers, many of them from the African Study Center, but I've seen so many other researchers also around from all over the Netherlands, and also some from Sweden, some from Greece, some from Spain, they were all there. And we had about 90 NGO people. So a really nice composition of this gathering. And Femke already said, it's interesting to see that it really mixed. You could really see people who didn't know each other before, who started talking to each other. Building bridges is the first thing, walking on the bridge is the next thing, and that's what we are going to do in the next few years. First, on a very practical note, many people have asked all those interesting PowerPoints, all those interesting speeches, what's going to happen with those? Now, we are going to try our best to put all of them on the website, Africa Works, in due course, let's say within the next 2 weeks. And you will all get an email message telling you that it is there, so that you will be reminded, oh yes, I went to this very nice conference, but now you can go to the website again. Then NABC is also involved in the next thing that we are going to organize at the African Study Center, and that's the country meetings. The first country meeting will be on Kenya and Tanzania, already the 13th of November. If you're interested in these country meetings and you happen to be in the Netherlands, you're very much invited. And then we are also going to make that joint effort a success. And we are also planning what would be on our agenda for the next few years. NABC and African Study Center would really like to work together in one particular field that has to do with food security and agro-hubs, and I think we can make that a success together. But also other things are there as well. Yesterday, the chair of our curatorium mentioned the possibility to start a joint fund, which we might call, if the family agrees, the Karel van der Mandelen Fund, because Karel van der Mandelen was the one who started all of it 65 years ago. Let me thank quite a number of people. Not the sponsors, because that was done by Bob, but the ones who made this conference a success. People who are responsible for this building, for the restaurant, for the technical services, the people from this place, from this hotel. Let's give them a hand. Then I would like to have the core organizers all here before me, and I'll mention them first. That is Jos, Helene, Max, Annemijn, Marieke, Elisabeth, Floris, Kitty, Trudy, James.
Une conférence internationale qui s'est terminée en beauté avec la remise des récompenses aux membres organisateurs de l'événement.